Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on any of the latest breaking news that affects your life, your family, and your future. Today, we are bringing you a story that could mean real, tangible relief for millions of South Africans, especially our senior citizens who've been patiently waiting and hoping for more help from the government. And now, it looks like that help is finally arriving. The South African Social Security Agency, better known as SASSA, has officially confirmed a new grant rollout that has the potential to change lives across the country. Yes, we are talking about a new R200 grant, specifically targeted at senior citizens. This is more than just a number. It represents dignity, support, and peace of mind for those who've given so much to society throughout their lives. Now let's dive into what this new R200 grant actually means. For a long time, seniors in South Africa have been asking for more assistance. The cost of living continues to climb, while pensions have barely kept pace. From rising food prices, increased transportation costs, soaring utility bills, and expensive healthcare, senior citizens are often left stretched thin, living from one month to the next with little to no breathing room. Many of them rely solely on their SASSA pension payments, which, even though periodically adjusted, often aren't enough to cover even basic necessities. So the introduction of this new R200 grant is more than welcome. It's a sign that the government is starting to recognize just how urgently seniors need support. The confirmation from SASSA came during a press briefing earlier this week, where officials outlined the specifics of the grant, who qualifies, how it will be paid, and when it will start hitting accounts. According to the agency, the new R200 grant is not a replacement for any existing grants but an additional support initiative that will be distributed on a monthly basis to qualifying senior citizens. This initiative is part of a broader social relief program aimed at cushioning the economic impact on the country's most vulnerable populations. Officials said the first payments could be seen as soon as next month, depending on how quickly beneficiaries verify the information and finalize the required application steps. This move comes after months of advocacy and public pressure from organizations representing older South Africans. Many civil society groups have spoken out in recent months about the increasing financial pressure on the elderly. Some have staged demonstrations, sent open letters to Parliament, and launched petitions asking for an urgent review of pension policies. The announcement of this R200 monthly top-up could be seen as a response to those calls. It may not be everything that was requested, but it's undeniably a step in the right direction. For many seniors, it means the difference between skipping a meal and having food on the table. It means buying medication instead of delaying much-needed treatments. It's relief in the truest sense of the word. So, who exactly qualifies for this new grant? According to SASSA's announcement, the R200 will go to senior citizens who are already receiving the older person's grant. This means if you're over the age of 60 and already getting the monthly pension from SASSA, you are automatically in line to receive this additional support. There's no need to reapply or go through complicated processes. SASSA says it will automatically deposit the extra R200 into the same bank account where you currently receive your pension. However, the agency has urged seniors to make sure their contact and banking details are up to date to avoid delays. They are also asking all beneficiaries to be wary of scammers and impersonators who may try to exploit this news to steal money or information. Seniors are advised not to give out their ID numbers or PIN codes over the phone or to strangers, no matter what they say. This grant is expected to benefit more than 3 million older South Africans, making it one of the largest additional support programs for seniors in recent history. What's even more promising is that officials hinted that this R200 increase may be just the beginning. Depending on how this initial rollout goes and the state of the national budget, there could be room for further top-ups or complementary benefits. Government insiders have suggested that the Department of Social Development is exploring other forms of support, such as food vouchers or subsidized transport programs, which could further reduce the burden on elderly citizens. But for now, the R200 is a solid starting point, and it's coming at exactly the right time. One of the most touching responses came from seniors themselves. In interviews conducted shortly after the announcement, many older South Africans expressed deep gratitude and a sense of renewed hope. Some said they would use the money to buy more nutritious food. Others planned to put it toward medical expenses, while some even spoke about finally being able to help their grandchildren with school needs or small treats. These might seem like small things to some, but for the elderly who've been scraping by with barely enough, it's life-changing. You could hear the emotion in their voices, the sense of being seen and valued, which often gets lost in the shuffle of political debates and budget cuts. But of course, with any major change, there are questions. Some have asked where the money will come from, especially considering the economic challenges South Africa is facing. Treasury officials have responded by saying this grant has already been accounted for in the revised budget allocations for the 2025 fiscal year. They assured the public that the funding would not be diverted from other essential services like education or healthcare. Instead, the money will come from adjusted social development expenditures and projected savings from streamlining some of SASSA's administrative operations. The goal, they say, is to offer support without compromising other vital programs. Another common question revolves around how long the R200 grant will last. Is this a permanent addition, or is it just temporary relief? At this stage, SASSA has stated that the grant will be reviewed annually. That means it could become a permanent feature if economic conditions allow and if it's proven to be effective in improving the lives of seniors. But even if it's temporary, it's set to run for at least 12 months, which gives beneficiaries a full year of extra income. By then, policymakers hope to have more data to inform whether it should be extended, increased, or even evolved into something more robust. Now, let's talk about the broader implications of this move. Experts are calling this a potential game changer, not just for seniors, but for the broader South African economy. When you put money in the hands of people who need it the most, like the elderly, they tend to spend it locally, in their communities. That means buying food at local shops, supporting small businesses, and helping create jobs indirectly. Economists often refer to this as the multiplier effect, and it's one of the reasons why social grants are considered a powerful tool for both poverty alleviation and economic stimulus. This new R200 monthly boost could help lift thousands of seniors out of extreme poverty and drive small but meaningful economic activity across townships and rural areas. It's also worth noting that South Africa has one of the most comprehensive social security systems in the developing world. With grants that support children, people with disabilities, and now an enhanced pension plan for seniors, the country continues to lead in social support initiatives. But even with these efforts, the demand is huge. The truth is, millions of South Africans live below the poverty line, and while no single program can solve everything, this R200 grant is a reminder that progress is possible. It's a signal that the government is still listening, still trying, still responding to the cries of its people. Community leaders and NGOs have already started mobilizing to spread awareness about the grant. Flyers, radio announcements, and even door-to-door campaigns are being planned in rural and underserved areas to make sure that no eligible senior misses out. SASSA has also committed to launching an information hotline specifically for seniors who have questions or concerns about the new R200 payments. Officials are emphasizing that education and communication will be key in ensuring a smooth rollout. They're encouraging families and neighbors to support elderly community members who may not have access to technology or updated news sources. Let's also take a quick look at how this initiative compares to international standards. In many developed countries, senior citizens receive far more extensive benefits, including subsidized housing, free healthcare, and substantial pensions. South Africa still has a long way to go in that regard, but this new grant brings us one step closer to a more dignified and supportive environment for older citizens. It aligns with global calls for better treatment of the elderly and could serve as a model for other African nations looking to strengthen their own social support systems. There's also a psychological component to this development that shouldn't be overlooked. When a government steps up to help its most vulnerable, it strengthens the social contract between state and citizen. Seniors begin to feel that they are not forgotten, that their sacrifices and contributions are appreciated. It restores faith in the system and gives people something invaluable: hope. This new R200 grant does just that. It restores a sense of worth and dignity to a group that often feels left behind in the rush of modern life. As we continue to monitor how this grant is implemented, one thing is clear: the need is great, and the impact will be significant. Whether you're a senior citizen, a family member, or simply someone who cares about the future of our country, this news is something to celebrate. But it's also a reminder that we must remain vigilant, stay informed, and continue advocating for those who need help the most. This R200 grant is a win, yes, but it should also be a beginning, not an end. So there you have it, folks. SASSA has confirmed the new R200 grant for senior citizens, and the impact is already being felt. It's a beacon of relief in tough times and a testament to the power of persistent advocacy and government responsiveness. If you or someone you love is eligible for the grant, make sure to update your contact details with SASSA and be on the lookout for your first payment. This is a victory for the people and hopefully the first of many more to come. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this update helpful, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your community, and subscribe to the channel for more updates on social grants, government programs, and financial tips to help you stay informed and empowered. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and keep standing up for what's right.